Alright, welcome back to another video. Tonight we will be listening to Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. This is her third studio album. I've listened to half of her first EP, the entire first album, and the entire second album. My favorite one was the second album though, Happier Than Ever. That's my favorite Billie Eilish aesthetic, era, lyrics. My favorite one of her so far. I'm excited for this album though. It's only 11 songs and it's 44 minutes, so there seems to be this ongoing trend of shorter albums. I don't really know how I feel about them. I think Dua Lipa made it work really well. I liked what Tyla did with it, and you can go ahead and check those reviews up whenever you want. But yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Right, so this one is called Skinny. Um, she's being really real right at the beginning. 21 took a lifetime. People say I like happy just because I got skinny. That's very deep. As somebody that has been personally trying to lose weight and all, I've lost 27 pounds. It really messes with your minds, your perception of people, the outside perception of you and how you look and the way you're treated, and like people talking to you more versus less because you look like that, but deep down you're still the same person, even though you physically look different. And I know that as a cultural figure, she has definitely had things to do with that. Like she had an era where she wore really baggy clothing, and then she suddenly wore like tighter clothing because she wanted to, and now I think she's like more in the middle. But as someone that has a young audience, these words and these lyrics matter a lot to them, and it's nice that we have a singer that's actually talking about this stuff because it matters. So this is just the intro, but I'm really liking the fact that we're already at a serious topic, and it's been like 48 seconds. Right, so that was really nice. I do wish she had sang a little bit more actually. But I do like the fact that it transitions into a violin, and then that violin transitions into the next song, Lunch. That was pretty cool. I just wish that there were more words to just accompany the instruments. But pretty nice so far. Right, so this is really new for her. It's very flirty, and very aggressive about it. So what's interesting is that I could eat that girl for lunch. That is like you're gonna fight them, but she doesn't want to fight her. This person that she's singing about, she wants to buy them things. She wants to leave them. Not like she wants to treat them right, but she's also mentioned that she could eat them for lunch. So this is like power, but also confidence. She's like, yeah, I could eat her for lunch. Like I could just take her. Like she's mine, kind of vibe. I could buy her so much stuff, and she's mentioning that it's a craving, not a crush. But aside from the fun lyrics, I like that she's doing something new. She's never been this pop, this aggressive before. Like this is a new thing, and I like that she's going somewhere that she hasn't gone to with her music. It's always been a little bit more sad. It's always been a little bit more subtle. This is not subtle. Like she's just saying straight up, "I want that girl. I could have that girl if I want her to." That's pretty cool. So far this one feels really untraditional. I'm waiting for the chorus to kick in or the verse, but it feels like very loose, which is pretty cool. Chihiro, which if I'm correct, it should be the main character from Spirited Away. So I'm trying to detect a lyrical like hint to that to the movie, but so far I don't know what this is about. So it's pretty interesting. All right, so the beauty of this 5 minute track is the fact that whether or not it was a choice or not, Phineas and Billy basically just kept doing things. Like I loved what she did with the with me, and then after that, just the instruments like going in and out and in and out, and then I'm guessing lyrically this is almost like her being confused. Like I don't know why I called. I don't know you. I don't know. Did you take my love? I don't know. Like I guess this is sort of like the protagonist coming to a realization. This definitely sounds like the song that's played at like the climax of a movie where it's like a dramatic montage is happening, that kind of vibe. And for that alone, it feels cinematic. I still don't understand why it's called Chihiro. Chihiro. I want to know why. So if you're a Billie Eilish stan and you're in the comments and you watch this video, please tell me why. But aside from that, it's a pretty untraditional song. It feels like it's very like moody, like very like obscure, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like I'm not. I don't know if I'd go back to it like casually, like while I'm driving, just because it's not. It's not an upbeat song. It's not something I would just want to jam to while I'm driving, but it's definitely giving me that listening experience, which is nice in an album. So far, well done, Billy. Right. So with Chihiro, and in the movie Spirited Away, the protagonist does end up in an alternate universe, and she did mention open up the door, and the cover art is her swimming towards the door to open it. So my understanding is that maybe due to this relationship or something that's happened, it's like she's in another world trying to swim back up to shore. She's like drowning in ideas and thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm wrong and if I'm just but that's kind of what it took so far. Musically, that was really cool. It went a lot of different ways, but it also just feels like I can only listen to that if I'm listening to the whole album. Aside from that, though, pretty cool so far. I want to keep listening to the album, which is a good thing. Alright, so Birds of a Feather, we should stick together. I like what she did lyrically, where she kind of flipped it. Birds of a Feather, we should stick together. I don't know what that instrument that is. Boom, 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 boom. But maybe a xylophone or something. But it sounds pretty cool. It's different. I haven't really heard that instrument be used in modern pop, modern alternative, whatever. So it's interesting musically. I want to see where this goes though. So towards the end of that song, and the last part where she said "to the day I die," like the last time she said it, she sustains die, and she just went higher. But she did it in the background. And I wish they would have just put that in the front of the song because she can belt notes. Like she could do it. I know her singing style has always been more breathy, whispery, more atmospheric, but she could belt notes. And I know that because I loved No Time to Die. No Time to Die, in my opinion, is such a good Billie Eilish song. She just sustains it and she just uses her throat or stomach or whatever. Like she just sings it and she can sing, but she sings in like the modern 2020 decade, like breathy, like background vocals. Some people call it the avocado girl vocals, but she could sing, and I want her to sing. Like that last till the day I died. That to me that was my favorite part of that song because she just let it out, and I like if she could have put that like in the center of the song, and maybe even just quieted down like the production, like silence it, like, and just had her belting at the end, that would have been fire. I wish she would have done that. Aside from that, it was nice. Honestly, that one was just there though, because I feel like it didn't really go anywhere aside from the birds of a feather motif. So far, my favorite is Chihiro. So this one has a really nice build up. I really like that he's kind of putting a little ring, like a ping after throughout the guitar thing. It's adding just a nice little instrumental touch to the music. So it's like it's not making it boring. It's adding a tiny little riff that like your brain is picking up as you listen to the music. Aside from that, lyrically, this feels like just a breakup song. So lyrically, I'm not too engaged, but musically, I'm catching my brain trying to like listen to random instruments, which is really good. You know, you wanna listen to music that forces you to recollect different instruments and forces you to go back and try to listen to different paces and different things. And this is what Wildflower is doing to me, which is good. All right, so that was Wildflower. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a minute, my Taylor videos, especially, you know that I am unfortunately not a fan of mid tempos. I don't know, like mid tempo ballad kind of music. Just it's just really not my taste. So with Wildflower, I feel like after the first verse and the first chorus, it kind of just did what it had to do. So she had some pretty vocals. You know, it sounded good, but it didn't. It was just there. Like it didn't stand out for me. It just wasn't my taste. Now, if you disagree, let me know why. Let me know what I missed out on. Maybe she has some sort of reference to a past event, and then that makes it better. But that's kind of where I am with Wildflower, and that's just kind of how I felt about Wildflower. So far, this one is a little bit like Wildflower. It's going really slow, and I'm starting to not be so engaged. But I guess I like the sarcasm. Like, man, am I the greatest? My congratulations on my love and patience. The sarcasm in the lyrics is pretty interesting. It's pretty new, but I do wish the tempo was a little faster because it's just musically, it's honestly not really engaging me. It's just kind of, excuse me, it's just kind of there. I think she literally heard me say that because right when I clicked, she finally did what I've been asking her to do, which is belting, and then the guitar came in, and like it just opened up right. So now I like it because artistically, I get it now. It's kind of like okay, that happier than ever, the actual title track where it starts as one thing and then it blows up into another one. She's repeating that here where it was like she's kind of slow and then it just man I'm the greatest boom and she's like belting, which is good. I like that. Billie, please keep singing. Please keep singing. You're amazing at singing. Please keep doing it. All right, so that's that and Shihiro are my top two right now. Yeah, that was definitely really, 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 really good. I loved what she did there. I loved how she ended the song. That just showed her frustration and she's singing it out. That was really nice. I really liked how that ended. All right, so I don't know why she's being French now. L'amour de ma vie. L'amour de ma vie. I don't know if I said that correctly. I speak Spanish, but I don't speak French. But I am 100% sure that means love of my life. And she's also singing like I said you were the love of my life. Did I break your heart? Like it's cute. It reminds me a little bit of Birds of a Feather. It's like it has a little plucky sound, like a cute sound. It's not as dramatic as the greatest or Chihiro. It's just there so far. Who knows what's to come because just like we heard earlier, she proves me wrong and so switched it up in the middle. And this one is the longest song actually. Almost. Yeah, almost the longest song. It's 5 minutes and 34 seconds. So who knows what will happen midway? Let's find out. I do like that she just said that she confessed. I need to confess that I told you a lie when I said you were the love of my life. I like that. I love when protagonists, or in this case singers, admit their faults in music. I find it really insightful. I really like when people can admit that they were the problem. It takes a lot of maturity to just admit that you lied or admit that you weren't correct in that scenario. Even if it's just pop music, even if it's just music, uh, showing your flaws and making yourself to be the bad guy or showing off that you can be the bad guy, pun not intended, um, is a good thing. All right, so just as I predicted earlier, she did a total 180 and this became a quick auto tune kind of thing. Honestly, I'll definitely have to listen to that again just to really catch that transition because it was really sudden. But I like that we're doing this. I like that this is a trend throughout the album. I like that she's randomly switching it because I don't know if the meaning is that emotions can switch and that's why she's switching just the feel and the aesthetic to it. But it's exciting. Like it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you wondering like what's next. And if a song releases a song, if it's really just two songs in one song. Um, the only other artist that I can think of that's done this a lot that I like is Beyonce. She did it in her self-titled album, which I will review eventually one day. And she even did it on Renaissance, like Pure Honey, that being two songs in one. Um, she did that with Sweet Honey Buckin. It was almost like three songs in one song, but that's a cool trend, and I like that trend. That should be a trend that more artists do. I like that you did that, Billie. Thank you. All right, I like that we're going back to upbeat beats. And so far, this one is reminding me a lot of Lunch. She also sounds really confident there, just like she does in Lunch. So, could this be considered a sister song? This one's called The Diner, this one's called Lunch. You could get lunch at a diner. I don't know. It's just a connection I'm picking up as I listen. The lyrics about jail and bail, don't read my mail, bring a veil, I'll go back to the diner. That's pretty cool. The cops around the corner stop me. Like, it's like storytelling. Like, she's being really dramatic, which is pretty cool about it. Aside from that, it's like there's like this swagger to the song. She's very like strong. She's very like I don't know how to say it. Like she's just being confident. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of Lunch. I don't know if that connection was on purpose, but these two songs feel like siblings. In this entire album, they feel like just like partners in the album. If something happens to him, you can bet that it was me. That's funny. And also, should I call that number? Have you called that number? It's probably some instant phone call thing that she provided to be fun, but I want to call that number. If you call it, let me know what happens. So I want to know why she misspelled bittersweet on purpose, and I also really liked the way she musically introduced it. It was like that, like it was just a loud like sounds, and then she eased into it. Like the transition from the den to bittersweet was pretty cool. I really like how this is progressively getting darker as you sing it, and how she's becoming lyrically more frustrated as the song continues. And that switch up was also pretty cool. So she keeps mentioning overseas, and then she finally said, "I'll see you in the suite." So I'll have you underneath all my beliefs. Keep it brief. Um, okay, so my understanding is that she keeps meeting this person in a random suite. She is a world celebrity. She's performed in random European places. So whoever this person is, they probably just meet in random hotel rooms. They have quick moments before she goes back to work, and so that suites that they kept meeting in, it became bitter because of the way the relationship soured. So it's a pretty creative spin on it. It took a while for me to get to this conclusion. Musically, it went in different directions, but this time I actually would have preferred her to just pick one side. I know I just praised her earlier for switching a lot, but with this particular song, I kind of think she could have just focused on one specific sound for this, as opposed to kind of going like switching around. That's just what I personally would have preferred for bittersweets. So far, I like that she's taking what she sang about and putting it together. She mentioned birds of a feather again, and then she just spoke French again. In bittersweet, she also mentions l'amour de ma vie, and then here mon amour. So is her ex French, or did they meet in France? I don't know why, but there's a French connection here. There's something about France that keeps popping up in this album. Cohesion, right, which is amazing. And I really like. I tried to live in black and white, but I'm so blue. I really really like that. That's really pretty. That just sounds really nice. So this is the last song. My hopes are up as to how this will end. I made the mistake of seeing that there's 11 tracks. I use Apple Music, so Apple Music had an 11th thing that's just the title, and I just researched that, and that's kind of just like an extra little like video kind of thing. It's not really a song. It's 5 seconds long, so it's not even a song. So really, this is a 10 track album, and we're on the final track. I really liked when she mentioned True Blue, and I guess this ties back into the album cover being blue. It's water, but it's blue, and she's like drowning. I want to say that it's sort of like she's drowning in expectations, because at the end she mentions sleeping about 3 hours each night. Born blameless, just a baby born blue now. We can't save you, and then she's ending it by, but when can I hear the next one? So she's teasing the fact that she's like famous and people expect so many things, and she's just blue now, which is a very poetic way to end the album. All right, so that wraps up our album listening experience. If you enjoyed this video, please watch some more. This is my first Billie video, but eventually I'll get to Happier Than Ever and When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? I've knocked out some Dua Lipa videos, some Beyonce videos. I got Ariana, I got Taylor, mostly pop. So if you're interested in pop, you're interested in videos, you want to listen to music with me almost psychologically, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Go ahead and give me a like, a share. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment and have a great day.